I showed up to my sister's wedding after 11 years of silence, rolling into the vineyard in a matte black Tesla I'd bought cash 2 months earlier. The valet's eyes widened at the custom plates Rivana before he caught himself and handed me the claim ticket. I wore a charcoal silk jumpsuit, no jewelry except the thin platinum band on my right ring finger that cost more than the string quartet tuning up under the pergola. No one recognized me. Not yet. Dad had texted the ultimatum 3 weeks prior. Elise. If you don't come to Chloe's wedding, I'm pulling the last $42,000 from your grad school fund. Non-negotiable. I still had the screenshot. The fund had been empty since I was 19. Siphoned into Chloe's destination bachelorette in Santorini. I never called him on it. I just booked the first-class seat from San Francisco and printed the boarding pass in color. The way you frame evidence, I slipped past the welcome table where volunteers folded programs, 1,200 of them, $18 each, gold foil on heavy stock. I knew the unit cost because I'd seen the invoice when I hacked the wedding planners. Dropbox at 2:13 a.m. last month. Curiosity, not spite. I folded one program myself, creasing the spine with my thumbnail, then tucked it into my clutch next to the USB drive that held 11 years of receipts. The neglect had a rhythm. Age 11. Chloe's Sweet 16 at the country club. $38,000. My birthday, 2 weeks later, Mom forgot the cake. Handed me a $20 bill for pizza with friends. Age 16. Chloe's debutante ball. $62,000. My driver's test. Dad said the metro ran on weekends. Age 22. Chloe's undergrad fully funded. $182,000 over 4 years. My appendectomy. Mom cried that the hospital wouldn't take payment plans. I paid the $31,000 bill with the signing bonus from my first data science internship. I stopped counting at 28. The numbers became noise. I moved to San Francisco with one suitcase and a $4,200 balance. On a credit card I paid off in 6 months by reverse engineering ad algorithms for a fintech startup. 2 years later, I closed a Series B that valued the company at $42 million. My equity slice, $1.8 million liquid after taxes. I bought the lake house in Tahoe on a Thursday because the listing photos showed an empty dock at sunset. An empty finally felt like mine. The wedding ceremony started at 4:07 p.m., 7 minutes late, because Chloe couldn't find her something blue garter. I stood at the back under a eucalyptus tree, watching Dad walk her down the aisle in a tux that cost more than my first car. The officiant asked if anyone objected. I almost laughed. Objection would require recognition. Cocktail hour. I circulated with a glass of champagne I didn't drink. Aunt Denise's mom's college roommate, the only adult who ever mailed me a birthday card, spotted me first. Elise, she clutched her pearls like they might fly off. You cut your hair, among other things. She hugged me hard enough to crack a rib. Your mother said you were traveling? I thought that meant backpacking. Not. She gestured at the Tesla keys dangling from my fingers. Backpacking is for people who need permission, I said. Dad cornered me near the raw bar. You came. Good. Chloe needs help with the guestbook table. The girl we hired flaked. Translation. Free labor. I smiled the way you do when the data finally converges. I'm not staff, Dad. He blinked. Don't start. This day cost $248,000 before tips. I ran the numbers. His mouth opened, closed. Chloe appeared in a cloud of tulle, veil trailing like a receipt. Elise, oh my God, you actually showed. She air-kissed near my cheek. Can you fix the slideshow? The laptop's being weird. I followed her to the AV booth because some habits die harder than others. The slideshow looped family photos. I clicked forward manually and landed on a collage. Chloe's graduation, Chloe's engagement, shoot. Chloe blowing out candles shaped like the Eiffel Tower. My face appeared exactly once age 9. Half-cropped photobombing her 8th birthday pony ride. I clicked again, blank slide. Then another, then 23 blank slides in a row. Chloe frowned. That's odd. The planner said she fixed the file. I ejected the USB, slipped it into my clutch beside the other one. Looks like someone deleted the bureau. Dinner seating. I was at table 19, near the kitchen doors, between a cousin who still called me Lizzie and an empty chair that might as well have had my name on it. I moved the place card to the head table, right between Chloe and the best man. The calligrapher had left a blank line for +1. I wrote revenue in neat block letters. Speeches began. Dad toasted Chloe's brightness. Mom cried about giving her the world. The best man joked about Chloe's Insta-worthy life. When the microphone circled to me, the room went quiet the way servers do when they smell a scene. I stood, hi Elise Khan, older sister. Some of you might not recognize me without the braces and the thrift store dress from Chloe's Sweet 16. Laughter, nervous. I brought a different kind of toast. I tapped my phone. The projector woke up behind me, displaying a spreadsheet. Column A, date. Column B, event. Column C, cost. Column D, paid for whom. Row 1. April 14th, 2011. Chloe Sweet, 16, $38,000 parental account. 2. April 28th, 2011. Elise 11th birthday, $20. Elise personal saving, 47, the 3rd of September, 2022. Chloe Santorini bachelorette, $26,000 dad's retirement fund row. 48, September 15th, 2022. Elise appendectomy, $31,000. Elise signing bonus. I let it scroll. The room temperature dropped 10 degrees. Dad hissed. Turn that off. I kept talking. Total parental spend on Chloe, age 16 to 30, $1,142,000. Total on me, $0. I'm not here for an apology. I'm here for the guestbook table. I stepped down, leaving the spreadsheet frozen on the final tally. Chloe's face went the color of overcooked salmon. The best man tried to laugh it off, failed. I walked out through the kitchen, past the Kika 7-tier masterpiece with sugar orchids that matched Chloe's narcissism. The pastry chef nodded like we'd met in another life. Outside, the valet had my car idling. I tipped him $100. Because someone should end the night ahead. 3 weeks later, the vineyard filed for bankruptcy. Turns out Chloe's fiancé Elliot, with 2 L's and 1 functioning brain cell, had embezzled $180,000 from his daddy's hedge fund to surprise Chloe with a down payment on a Malibu condo. The surprise was the FBI. Dad's retirement account took the hit. Mom's McMansion went into foreclosure. They left voicemails I didn't return. Until the email from Aunt Denise. Asterisk, your dad's in the hospital. Hard thing, he keeps asking for you. Asterisk, I flew commercial, this time economy, middle seat, no Wi-Fi. The hospital smelled like iodine and regret. Dad looked small under the fluorescent lights, for dripping into the arm that once signed Chloe's tuition checks. He rasped, I was wrong. I waited. I thought money was love. I measured wrong. I pulled a contract from my toe 3 pages, single-spaced, emotional neglect acknowledgement. $100,000 restitution to the scholarship fund I'm starting for first-gen girls in STEM. Sign, and I cover the hospital bill. Don't. And I walk. His hand shook, but he signed. The pen scratched like dry leaves. I paid the bill with a cashier's check drawn on an account that didn't exist when he last knew me. Then I left the contract on the bedside table next to the empty water cup and walked out without looking back. 6 months later, the Lake House dock hosted 33 guests, my chosen family. Mrs. Bennett, 81, former coding pioneer, flew in from Palo Alto. Tom, my first boss, brought his wife and the rescue greyhound they named Pivot. We ate lobster rolls and carrot cake with exactly 33 candles. Someone passed around Polaroids. Every seat was filled. At sunset, the sky turned the color of Chloe's wedding invitations before the printer defaulted and the shade went discontinued. I stood barefoot on the dock, wind lifting my hair, and opened the small velvet box I'd carried since the hospital. Inside, a single seedling, roots wrapped in damp paper towel. I pressed it into the pot I'd pre-filled with Tahoe soil. The tag read, Resilience Plant in Full Sun. Mrs. Bennett raised her glass. To the women who grow where they're not watered. We drank. The seedling caught the last light like it had been waiting its whole life. I still get the occasional text from Mom, photos of Chloe's new apartment rented, not owned, please, for family dinner. I reply with the scholarship link. Some debts you collect in installments. The empty chair from the wedding now sits on my dock. Painted cobalt blue, I leave it empty on purpose. Space for whoever shows up ready to see me. What invisible seat have you finally claimed for yourself?